This is a mega law of attraction hack that helps you manifest $50,000 per month income and then beyond that. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a complete action plan on how to use this hack in your life and start seeing results within the next 7 days. We have a chart here that's starting with closed, doubt, wish, hope, curiosity, belief, and naturalness. And the idea here is that we need to get your intention, your desire, your outcome all the way up here to the naturalness feeling of where you're trying to get to. You can put any intention here. It doesn't have to be $50,000 per month. It could be your first $10,000 a month. It could be $500,000 a month. Wherever intention you're wanting, you can go ahead and fill it in here. We need to be really brutally honest with ourselves when it comes to using the law of attraction, manifesting in what we want based on where we are on this spectrum. Most people are at this wish and hope stage in the middle. Most people that are listening to videos like this are not closed. That's why you came onto this video, because you have an open mind. You already are open here, but we want to consider the whole spectrum, and it's going to make sense on why we're doing this. The closed part are those people who are closed-minded and they lack any belief in manifestation or even a better life whatsoever. So they're down here at the closed-mindedness. Now again, you're not here, you're watching this video, you have some sort of belief in what you're doing here. Most people though, when they're at hope and wish, they also teeter with doubt, okay? They teeter with doubt because ultimately they are doubting the manifestation idea, the law of attraction idea, or that they can be the one to manifest this amount of money into their life, okay? So they have some doubts, they have some worries, but then they hope and wish that things are going to happen here. Now, as we go into the hack here, the hack awareness, like you actually understanding what's going on here first, is understanding where am I in hope and wish or doubt? Am I here at all with what I'm wanting? So if you wrote down $50,000 a month, are you doubting? Are you wishing about it? Are you hoping about it? Or are you up here? And most likely, if you haven't seen a result yet, you're not up here. So we're going to talk about that, okay? But most people are at this doubt stage. So this is where they are on the spectrum, okay? So they're kind of like 20% full on the spectrum. Those people, what would be really helpful to them is if they started to just wish about it. They literally started to say things like, I wish things would be better for me. I am really hoping that things are improving in my life. I'm really wishing that I had a lot more money in my life. That is better than doubt. Because if they're doubting the whole time, they're in a place where this is never going to happen. I'm never seeing a result. Law of attraction doesn't work for me. I can't manifest in what I want. See, those expressions are less on a spectrum of frequency than somebody saying I wish or I hope. Yes, we need to start saying I am and getting into the present, but hoping and wishing is better than doubting. I wish I would be at a better place in my life, right? And then hoping is better than wishing, because wishing is coming from a place, well, I don't know if I really believe this is going to happen, but I certainly do wish that things would be better, like throwing a coin into the wishing well and saying, let's see what happens, right? Hope is saying a little bit more belief. It's saying a little bit more of like, you know what, I can do something like this, I think, but I don't really believe it all the way. I am really unsure of myself, but I do hope that I'm gaining progress. Now, in order to manifest, we need to actually get all the way to the top to naturalness. When you are at naturalness, everything starts to manifest way differently, way more effortless, way more with speed, and it feels really good. It's a lot of fun. So before we get to naturalness, now let's talk about curiosity. Curiosity is better than hoping and wishing. So having some curiosity, saying things like, I wonder what it would feel like when I had $50,000 per month. I wonder what it would be like when I had my luxury dream home and dream car. I wonder what it would be like to fly business class every single flight. Right? So there's wonder, there's curiosity. I wonder what the process is in order to actually have $50,000 in my bank account. I would love to know the feeling of what that feels like to be thriving around money and finances, right? So this is really being in a curiosity stage, which is better than hope and wish, but lesser than the naturalness. Beyond the curiosity starts to be belief, but that's not even the top of it, but it's better than all the others. Belief is starting to say things like, I believe my goals are possible. When somebody asks you about, like, do you believe that you can earn $50,000 a month? The person says, yeah, I believe that. They say, yeah, I believe that money is a good thing in my life. I do believe that prosperity is something that I can manifest. I believe in the law of attraction. I believe that things can manifest, right? So they consciously and say out loud, I believe, but they're not at a naturalness feeling yet. And this is where a lot of people are in law of attraction circles, spirituality circles. They do have moments of doubt and hoping and wishing and everything like that and curiosity, but they say out loud, I believe it. Scott, I believe it. I know it could happen. I believe this could happen. I know that that's a possible reality in my life. But the ultimate side that we want to get to here is the naturalness. The naturalness is feeling as if the desire is already here, as if the sun was rising in the morning. So do you ever ponder or doubt if the sun's going to rise tomorrow morning for you? Or do you just literally wake up in the morning and say, well, I'm just going to enjoy the day, or I just got to get to work, or I got to go eat breakfast, or I got to go do my thing, right? There's never, most times, a question, is the sun going to rise in the morning? It's natural. There's no question. You're not closed-minded about it. You're not doubting it. You're not wishing the sun's going to rise. You're not hoping the sun's going to rise. You're not even curious most times, when does the sun rise? You believe it, but you're really at a naturalness stage of, like, it just happens automatically. It's part of my life. There's no question about it. Now, that's something outside of yourself. Let's talk about something inside of yourself. Do you ever wake up in the morning and say, I don't know if I'm ever going to remember how to talk? You probably wouldn't think that way first thing in the morning for almost every human being. Not everyone, but almost everyone. You don't really have a closed mind saying, I'm never going to be able to say words again. Of course, if there's no complications going on with your vocal cords or anything, I'm just saying a normal day in your life, okay? You're probably not doubting about it, because if you are used to talking out loud on a daily basis, you're used to it. You're not going to doubt, like, tomorrow I'll probably be able to use my vocal cords just fine, okay? You're not wishing about it. You're not like, oh, I really wish I could talk out loud. You're not hopeful about it. I'm not hoping that things are going to change, or curious or believe. It's a natural thing that when I wake up in the morning, I'm probably going to be able to talk, as I always do. Again, all complications aside for anybody who has trouble with vocal cords, right? You're just getting an idea, an example, right? Same thing with driving, okay? Maybe you're used to driving a car. Do you doubt that you can drive today? Probably not, if you're used to, again, keywords, if you're already familiar and you're already used to driving, you're not probably doubting, wishing, hoping, curious, or believing it's natural that you can get in a car today and put it in gear and drive, right? Naturalness is different than all of this. It's a part of your life already. What's really important to see is that this is you, and this is your goal. You are separate from the actual thing. There's a barrier here. Belief, curiosity, hope, wish, doubt, and closed-minded means there's a barrier, and you are not fused with your goal all the way. Even though belief sounds like, well, I believe it. Well, consciously you believe it, but conscious and subconscious are not agreeing in oneness with your goal. So that's why people say, I believe my goal, but they look around them and they're still frustrated because things have not happened. So their thought and their feeling is not matching up. And then sometimes my clients will say, well, Scott, I do feel good about my goal. I feel positive. I feel optimistic. But then my question is, do you feel as natural as if it should be in your life right now? Here's a key question. If you were fused with this, if you were fused with it, you wouldn't celebrate today. So a lot of my clients, I'll ask, hey, when you get to your goal, how would you feel? And they'd be like, I'd feel so excited. I'd feel so relieved. I feel like a parade was going off, like celebrating my life, and everything is fine and dandy. Like, I just feel like finally, it happened. I say, exactly. That's why you are not at naturalness. You are in closed doubt, wish, hope, curiosity, or belief. And they're puzzled by that because they think that when they achieve their goal, they should have that celebration. They should have that excitement feeling, over the top, relieved. I finally made it. I finally arrived. But that's the very fact why there's a wall in the first place, because what you're really saying is, I believe this thing, but it's not natural to me to have it. It's not natural to me to have it, so when I'm not natural to have it, I am not on the frequency band to receive that thing. Isn't it interesting? When you have something natural in your life, do you wake up every day excited that you can talk or that you can drive a car like our examples were? Probably not. You probably don't even think about it. You might have some gratitude sometimes, but moment to moment, you're probably like, this is normal life for me. It's normal. It's natural. It's regular. If your goals feel the same way, if you reached your goal today, nothing would change. You feel at peace. You feel relief already. You already arrived. Nothing's going to change. That's when it feels natural. That's when you've unattached from the result. And that's when it cranks into your life. Now, how do we do that? Because it's easier said than done. And I like to make all this law of attraction theory and esoteric ideas into something practical that we can use, you and I today, my clients, my community, and here is our manifestation family. So our action plan, what do we do? Well, we want to start writing out a workout plan. Workout plan not meaning going to the gym and lifting weights or doing cardio outside. We want to actually start coming up with a daily plan and doing exercises to allow ourselves to get to the naturalness. So every day, I'm going to encourage you to do 3 sets of what I'm about to tell you. Okay? You do it like you're going into a gym. 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Like same idea. You're going to the gym and doing 15 minutes of cardio. Or you're doing this exercise or that exercise, right? You're going to plan in 3 sets of having an affirmation loop done on an app. Whether it's Apple products user or Android, you can find an app that will loop your affirmations. So you can use online software for that. Super easy to find. Just go looping affirmations and you'll be able to find it. What you're going to do is put in the I am present tense statement 1 statement. I now have $50,000 per month. I now received $50,000 per month. Put it in the present tense statement, 1 phrase, that's it. You're going to put that into your looping affirmation. And then you're going to put some luxury music in the background. Super easy to do. In a lot of the looping affirmation apps, you could listen to a meditative music in the background. I like to type on Google or YouTube luxury style music, and I like to listen to that because it makes me feel like I'm in a luxury hotel. You know, I'm in that atmosphere where there's private jets and boats and different things going on. Even though that's materialistic, I get it. It allows you to start seeing mental images easier of luxury, okay? So you're going to do a loop over and over, and you're going to have this luxury music on the background. And these 3 sets, you're going to do, each set, you're going to do it for 10 minutes. So it's a total of 30 minutes every day. It's a lot, but I'm going to tell you why it's going to be very easy for you to get done. When you're doing this, you could do it while you're making breakfast in the morning. So if it takes you 10 minutes to make breakfast or make your coffee, if you drink coffee or whatever it is, you can be listening to this right then and there. You could also be doing this when you are doing things around the house. So if you still clean your own house or do your own laundry or anything like that, you could be listening. During lunchtime, during dinner time, it's easy to throw on some headphones, listen to this looping affirmation with some luxury music in the background. There's no right or wrong, by the way. It's just whatever you feel good about music-wise. You're going to do this 3 times a day. So 3 sets is 3 times a day. So 1 set in the morning, 1 set in the afternoon, 1 set in the evening, good to go. Okay, so I'm saying 1 set is 1 time a day. So that means 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, evening time, 10 minutes, looping affirmation with luxury. This hack, I'm telling you, is such a mega hack to law of attraction because this is what I did to get myself to $50K a month. There were some other things that was with it, but this was the main thing on how I started to reach naturalness. I consumed my mind with this over and over and over and over, hearing that over and over and over, and seeing mental images started to create some naturalness with it. I got a couple of extra bonus steps that I want you to consider as well that helps me out, but this was a big thing. It's not an affirmation. What you're doing is practicing getting familiar with the end result. How would you become natural speaker in Spanish if you only know the language of English? How would you get natural at it? You would practice for hundreds of hours, right? You would get flashcards and learn the vocab and learn phrases and learn understanding of the Spanish language. And then you might get an accountability partner and speaking back and forth Spanish. And you might get a teacher to help you out, right? So how would you become natural at speaking Spanish? How would you become natural? You would practice. You would hear it. You would understand it. You would be with it. Same thing goes. How do I become natural with $50,000 a month? I got to understand it. I got to practice the feeling of what it feels like in my imagination as if I have the $50,000 per month. Does that make sense? So you're getting into a place where, like, how does it feel? What does that world look like to me? How am I there? And that's why you put music with it, because it starts to stimulate those images. Now, as a bonus, what I also used to do to create the naturalness of having this amount of money is I would go on YouTube and type in luxury videos. You know, those montage videos where it shows you a private jet and then the boat and then the hotel and traveling the world and all that stuff. I would watch it and pretend like I was there. So I would see a scene and then I would pretend like I was there on that island or that beach. And then I would pretend I would be on that front seat on the airplane, business or first class, right? And then I would see myself in that luxury hotel or that luxury condo overlooking the ocean, right? I would stimulate my mind to associate myself with these images. And it doesn't take just a day. And what I'm going to recommend to you, what I did for me, it goes a little over the top, but I did this for 90 days. Hopefully you can see this. I know it's a yellow marker here. I did it for 90 days, over and over and over and over and over. If you really know and understand this, all the self-help books are saying the same thing. All of the personal development videos are saying the same thing. You need to match your belief with a naturalness feeling. If you're a great fan of Neville Goddard's work or Think and Grow Rich, right? In Think and Grow Rich, in the first principle in the Desire chapter, he talks about you have to fuse with it. It can't be a hope, can't be a wish, can't even be, he uses the word belief, but it's going to be conviction. It's got to be your standard. It's got to be who you are embodying right now in self-image. Psycho-Cybernetics, the book, talks about self-image. You got to put your self-image here first. This is really helpful to know because so many times in the law of attraction or manifestation or anything else, so many times you hear quick, right? And we even talked about in the very initial part of this video, things happening faster, right? But sometimes the word quick and fast can be like results tonight, right? And sometimes you can get a result tonight, but to shift your self-image, if you're not even close to 50K a month, it's not going to happen tonight by you thinking at one time, right? Your entire being has to be oriented to being this person right now. And when that starts to happen, all of your life starts to go that way. It's not magic. It's not like this is going to pop, poof out of thin air. People are going to be attracted to you. Opportunities will be attracted to you. The right place at the right time will happen. Ideas will start coming through your mind. I'm like, oh, I never thought about that, or I never thought about that, or I thought about that a long time ago, but I forgot about it, and now I can act on it, right? All the things that will get you there will start to happen, but it's not going to be overnight necessarily. Now, don't worry about the how. It's a serious concern of almost everybody. How is this going to happen, right? The co-creation with the universe knows way more than you and I. And a lot of individuals will hear that, but it's sometimes for me, it's better to have a reminder than a new idea, right? And I need to remind myself all the time, the universe has got the how. The universe is an infinitely large algorithm that knows all the variables and all the things to get you a result that you're wanting. Every single time it can happen. But the universe knows much more. It knows how this is all going to happen. It knows when and where and how and connects all the dots. Because remember, all people, including me and you, are all connected at a subconscious level. So the universe can influence people and things in ways to bring those people into your life. And it's not like you're influencing people against their will. What you're doing is calling forth the people that are in harmony with you. Right? So for example, if you're in a business and you want to get a sale, that person seeking you is you're seeking them, right? So it's a harmony transaction. Or if you're looking for a new job, there's a company out there that's like, hey, we have a big opening, we need somebody really qualified. You're the qualified person. They're seeking you as you're seeking them, right? Or if you're trying to manifest in your soulmate or specific person, they're seeking you as you're seeking them. You see what I'm saying? So the universe knows all these connections, all these things that people are lining up that's going to make a win for everybody. But when we try and guess about the how, we're being human. And in this manifestation process, we have to be less human. We need to be more looking through the eyes of source, looking through the eyes of spirit, looking through the eyes of this energetic, larger than physical world. And when you do that, you're going to have a lot more faith and belief in this process of getting yourself to naturalness. And by the way, the worst thing that's going to happen if you follow through on the practice today in the hack is that you're going to gain, all of this is going to start to clear up, and you're going to start to believe and change your inner thoughts, feelings, and actions, and nothing may happen on the physical plane. That's worst case scenario. But the worst case scenario is still way better than your current position, because you have changed your thoughts, feelings, and actions so that you're taking better actions, better behaviors, better habits to ultimately get you closer to this. But maybe, you don't see it manifest in your world yet. But you've done all the internal work that you're starting to gain progress towards this. Maybe you started a business. Maybe you're starting to scale your business. Maybe you're experimenting with doing different things in your business. Or maybe you're a day trader, and you're doing different things and you're believing differently, or you're acting differently, or you're taking different behaviors, you're researching better outcomes, right? Or maybe you're retired and you're trying to win a contest or win this or win that, right? At the very least, you will embody yourself differently. You're going to think differently. You're going to be more at peace. You're going to start to act different. That's worst case scenario. Best case scenario is all this unfolds for you. Also in the manifesting results, within the 90 days, things start to really move towards that, if not already has a result based on where you're at. So no matter what, you're doing this practice is going to be a win for you, no matter what. You're either just going to change your identity and start really being a different person, which is better than who you are today, or you're also going to have a better version of you and a result is going to start to go forward. And then there's all the middle ground, right? Where maybe you get to 20K a month, but you're on the way to 50K a month, right? So no matter what you do, if you spend the 90 days, it's a guarantee that you are going to change. Something is going to happen if you are changing your thoughts, feelings, and actions all around doing these sets. Now, if you really want a bonus, I would do this more than 3 sets a day. That's what I did. I was so determined and so obsessive in a positive way for an outcome of the 50K a month. I just consumed that level of frequency with this looping and luxury affirmation over and over and over, like any time of the day I could. Whenever I wasn't needing to focus in, I would take my headphones and throw them on and listen. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, when I was walking around, when you have some downtime and you can sit down in a chair and actually listen to what you're hearing and visualizing it at the same time. Like consuming your mind with this and being obsessive is actually a good thing, because all of your psyche is going towards the naturalness. It's consuming you to be, this is my expectation, this is my standard, okay? The last little bonus action item that I'm gonna suggest here is that you start becoming a beacon of increase even more to people around you. And you can do that by sharing this video with 3 people. Now, it's not logistically just go ahead and share the people. What you want to do is share the video and then bless the person you're sending it to. This works so much. I'm telling you, I did it so many times, because from the Science of Getting Rich, he talks about Waddles. He talks about impression of increase. Go out there and increase more people. Go out there and help people advance their own psyches. Help people feel better about themselves today. Go and spread more light. The easiest thing I used to do was sharing videos from my mentor to allow people to feel more of the light, and I would bless them in the vicinity. And what happens is blessing comes back 2 to 100 times more back to you. That's why tithing exists. That's why donating to nonprofits exists, right? Because you're helping the world through a means greater than yourself to allow more good to happen back to you. Whatever you put out comes back to you exponentially, right? So if you share this video with 3 people and bless them, I bless you and I bless the goodness of God within you. I bless you and I bless the goodness of the universe within you. That's what you say out loud, something like that, okay? and you bless these people and then you move on with your day, a lot of energy and people are going to start attracting you and really pulling you into support and pulling you into being in a better place overall. So while you're doing this, you give, but you give for free. You give little things, and you can give without having free. I'm just saying that this is an easy thing you can do in just 60 seconds a day. Share with 3 people, bless them on their way. Like, hey, I thought this might be helpful for you, or you share it on your social media, or you share it somewhere, and then you bless all the people that would be in the vicinity of that. And again, what happens is you're just creating naturalness of expecting good to happen. This is my formula. This was my mega hack on how I got to 50K a month energetically. There was obviously logistical things I did. I created a business. I scaled that business. There was marketing efforts I did, advertising efforts I did. There was service-based effort I did, accounting and bookkeeping until, I hired for that kind of stuff. So there's a logistical action that may need to take place for you as well. We don't want to ever exclude that from the law of attraction, because action is a part of this process, but it comes with the naturalness, because you take tons of action, but you never fuse with naturalness, and they get very frustrated that the action isn't producing better results that you are expecting, that you're wanting, right? So you do this whole process while taking action towards the 50K a month, towards the 10K a month, towards whatever money goal that you're searching for. But you act from the place of naturalness after you're attained it, and even during. So even if you're at curiosity and belief, act now, open up more channels. Source is your, or God or universe, however you like to call that, higher power, is your source of supply. All of the business or job or day trading or real estate or investing, all those things are the channels for which you receive the supply. So the action is just opening up more channels for you to be able to receive more of the supply easier. You're working with that algorithm, if you will, the universal algorithm, to bring you what you want, okay? So to bring it to a conclusion here, bring yourself up to naturalness, using the hack of these ideas. Create the action plan that's going to set you apart with the affirmation loop plus luxury music. Share with 3 people and bless them while you do. Do this for 90 days straight while taking some action and opening up channels. But the key here is you are aiming at every day. Your objective is, you're not trying to manifest the thing. You're not trying to manifest 50K a month. You are trying to manifest it feeling natural today. It's a different objective. Don't try and get the thing. Instead, try to get the naturalness of the thing. And before you know it, as a concluding note, your bar here will be filled all the way up, and it will start to happen in your life because it's natural. It's who you are. Of course, it would happen. And when you're at, of course, things really start to move. Scott Haug signing off here. And if you really enjoyed this video, be a part of our manifestation family here on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want some support and help, you want some coaching, one-on-one mentorship, or even just a self-guided program step-by-step, all of the links to our courses, group coaching, as well as our one-on-one mentorship, those links are in the description below. So check them out, see if you want to get any further help and support from us along the way. I know that you are a light in this world. Keep shining your light. We need more people like you shining their light, learning, expanding, becoming their highest versions of themselves. So thank you for doing great work. Thank you for being here on the planet. And thank you for spreading more of your light around the world as much as possible. Scott Haug signing off here. I look forward to seeing you over in the next video.